Hi everybody! Hello, this is a special video. A while back we had actually done a subathon, and one of the things that we had done as one of the sub goals was to do a plush tour. This has actually been highly requested. For those of you that do not know, I actually do sell like plushes that I make on the side and stuff. So a lot of people do enjoy those. One of the things that they've requested is to see my extravagant and large collection of plushes that I do own. So, yeah, guess what? Plush tour time. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. So thank you everybody for meeting the goal for the subathon. There are a couple of them. I am still working on them, but I thought we would get together and look at some of the cute plushes that I've made. And some of the ones that I've collected. Just a note, some of these are in their correct spots. Some of them got moved. I did put up a poll on our Discord to see what people wanted to see. They did want to see them exactly like where they are. However, some of them are in like precarious spots. So it was easier just to move them about. So you may see like a couple of shots of different people of like, you know, different spots. I also did not pull out all of my seasonal ones. Instead, I did extend this to include some of the ones that I've made over the past couple of years. Just ones that I've done for people, ones that I've given out, ones that I've sold, things like that. So I figured that would kind of, at least a little bit make up for the ones that are missing. They're still currently in storage. I can't get all of them. So yeah. But yeah, plush tour. This is going to be a ton of fun. I'm gonna try and do, for the ones that I've made, give credit to the people who made those, and I will leave a list in the description below of, like, some of the ones, of, like, where to get them, where to get the patterns, and where to purchase them from different people. So yeah. So first, we have Minma. She hangs out actually next to me, while I'm streaming. So I actually have a large filing cabinet next to me. She is actually one of my favorite characters ever. She is from Anohana. If you have not seen that, is a very, very sad anime. It's now a couple of years old. But yeah, she hangs out next to me every single day. She is a UFO catcher plush that'll kind of give you like a little bit of a, I guess like a gauge for some of the different ones that you'll see. Those are the ones with like the large heads. So, yeah, she's well loved. I've had her for a very, very long time. She is missing her ribbon, though. I'm hoping at some point to find some tiny string to replace it. But, yeah, you know, that's one of those things that I just have to do. So here we have San-chan over here, so we actually have, like, this really cute thing. San-chan is actually from Mawaru Penguin Drum, which is one of my other favorite anime. So the director, Kunihiko Ikuhara, who actually did, like, Utena, also did Penguin Drum, also did Yurikuma, also did Sarazanmai, so all of those ones. But yeah, I actually did a cosplay, well, started a cosplay of one point at Himari. Unfortunately, I never quite finished it. That was the whole point in getting her, was so that I could carry her around. And she is a puppet, which is kind of cool. But now she hangs out on my sewing machine each day, and if you notice over here, she's actually got her little 3 embroidered on the back, so that's kind of nice and cute. So yeah. Next we have my Animal Crossing collection. So this is all particularly from one place. I will link them down below. However, you can kind of notice there's been some like production quality issues in the past couple of runs. So what you see here you may not get, so I'm gonna preface that, but I do have all the penguin ones because I love the penguins in Animal Crossing. I do talk about this on stream. I play a lot of Animal Crossing. I've logged over 900 hours in New Horizons, and probably in New Leaf I maybe have like 1500 hours or something ridiculous. And then Wild World, and then I played City Folk, and then I played the original. I've played a lot of Animal Crossing. Okay? A lot. So here we have Tex and we have Cube. Tex was actually in my village, specifically in New Horizon. I never actually had Cube, but I think he's really cute. I've gotten to meet him at a couple of people's towns and things, so he's kind of cool. I thought maybe I should collect all the penguins, so here he is. He's really cute. Then over here we have Sprinkle. Sprinkle, unlike the others, gets to sit all by herself. She actually hangs out over on the TV stand. So, as you can see, I have like so much stuff over here, and our TV is actually on the wall. So she gets to cover up the wires over here, and just gets to generally look pretty and cute and things like that. Okay, and continuing with the Animal Crossing ones, you can actually see the cattail over here. Good job, Cat. He decided that he wanted to be part of it in the middle of all of this, so that was cool. So over here we have a couple of them. We have Aurora over here. We have Roald. He's actually like pretty new for these series. We have Flo. We have Hopper. We have Frigga. Frigga is actually my favorite. That's her down here. I've actually had her in every single one of my towns ever since Wild World. She is actually one of my favorite penguins, and I always make sure that I get her as soon as I can. So yeah. And then we have Chadwick over here. I've never actually had Chadwick, but I've had all the others. World I actually had specifically in New Horizon, just so I could decorate his little front entrance, specifically for a gym. So I had like a whole section of my island that was just devoted to a gym just for him. Just in particular, because I thought he was cute. So yeah, those are all my Animal Crossing ones. And then we have my Alpacaso collection. So the alpacas are my favorite. The Alpacasos are a special like edition that you can get from Japan. I do have a couple that are genuine. I have a couple that are not Alpacasos, but they are alpacas. So here's our first one. This is Captain Admiral Barclays Carlington. As you can see, he hangs out on my bed over here. So yes, this is my bed. This is my my blanket. This is... We'll get to them in the back, don't worry. But this is Captain Admiral Barclays Carlington. I think he had a number. I think he was the 4th. I don't know who the first 1 through 3 are, but he's an actual captain. I would trust him with my life, and he is actually a genuine Alpacaso, so there's actually a little tag back here that actually says that it's specifically an Alpacaso. As you can see, he's actually a little bit worse for wear. I've actually had him for a number of years. I actually got him at a convention, and he actually was, you know, with all the original packaging and everything, so he was one of my very first ones. He does have a little hat, and I'm hoping at some point that I should be able to try and replace it, but we'll see how that goes. So then we have Sir Lord Frederick Ringle Bergston. Yes, all of my alpacas have very, very official names. So he's pretty cool. He used to have a nice little bow around. However, that actually fell off. I actually had to wash him a couple of times because I was living with a puppy at the time. The puppy did not really like my stuffed animals. He heads up the board game table. So as you can see here, we have all of our board games here in the back. We actually got like a little bit of a collection over here. He permanently sits here in this chair at the head of the table. So this is his living spot. He stays here. He is a very prime gentleman. He's not actually a genuine Alpacaso, but he's super cute, and I love him. I actually purchased him specifically just because I knew he wasn't a genuine one, and I thought that he needed some extra love. I really liked him. Then we have Senor Steve Swaddle Waddle Bottom Season. Yes, that's his full name. He's pretty cool. He is a true gentleman. He's actually got some nice little ribbon going over here, and it's got like little leaves and things going over here. He is a genuine Alpacaso, so I actually did order him specifically because of that. He was actually my graduation present from my college to myself. So he actually hangs out here in what you could see is my crafting closet, so you could see all my fabric down here. So he hangs out here every day, and I could actually turn to my closet right here and see him all the time. So he's super cute. He's super soft and super cuddly. Anytime that we would have people over, he's always the one that gets cuddled with the most because his fur is just so luxuriously soft. He's also well-traveled. He has gone with me every single time that I have moved ever since college, so he's been a very well-traveled little guy. And now the witch hat that I made a couple of years ago is actually his for the holding, so that's what this is. This is actually one of my witch hats that I've actually made. So yeah, he gets to hang out with that all day. He's super cute. He's so damn adorable, and I love him a lot. Then we have Ross over here. Ross has a little coat, which is super cute. I do actually have some tassels that are supposed to go here, so they kind of hang like this, and it's super cute. Unfortunately, they came off a couple of years ago. I still have them, I just haven't had a chance to put them back on, which is what you're gonna see with a lot of these, is I'm like, oh, that's something I should do, and then I just don't, because they're well loved. You know, they're gonna fall apart a little bit, but that's okay. He's actually named after the TSA agent. I actually went to a convention that was in a different state, and unfortunately we were not able to drive to it, so I did have to take a plane, and the TSA agent looked at him, because this is a large guy. Look at the size of him compared to my sewing machine. He's huge. And looked at him and said, I love him. And so I named him after her. And he holds my sun hat, and I think he really likes it. So he's ready for all inclement weather, whether during the summer or whether during the winter. So there you go. Then we have Swagathor over here. This is one of my last of the alpacas. This is from a friend of mine. Sent him over for a Christmas present. He is super cute. He's actually made out of mochi. This was back when, like, Squishmallows were first coming out. So they weren't, like, particularly amazing quality, but they were super cute and tiny, and people weren't really into them yet. So it was actually really great, because then they weren't super overpriced. He's super fun to throw. He's so soft. He's so soft. Did I mention he's soft? He's so squishy, so you can actually pull him apart every which way. And it's super duper cute. I love the 4-way stretch minky. That's one of the things that I want to start doing next, is making stuffed animals out of 4-way stretch minky, just to be just like this. So yeah. So that's all the alpacas. Over here we have some of my dragons. So you'll actually see over here, this one in particular, this is Uta. Her name means song. Her name means song. I actually made her. If you'll notice, there's a little bit of a crazy discrepancy. She's got a lot of hair. And, this is Kyrie Dragon. Okay? Kyrie Dragon was made by a friend of mine, who went, you know what would sound really good is for you to also learn how to make dragons. And I went, sure, I'll do this. This was back in like 2006, okay? And I went, I'm gonna make a dragon. And she goes, hey, you should take all of this yarn and just make hair. And I went, cool. I didn't realize that the hair meant like this. The hair, as you can see, there's actually a little bit peeking right here, goes all the way around, and it was so hard to get a picture of her because every single way that I went with this stupid dragon, the poor thing just had so much hair cascading. This is all hair. So, she's been dubbed the Rocker Dragon. It was supposed to actually go all the way down the back, and they looked at her and they were like, yeah, she probably doesn't need any more hair, and I was like, yeah, I guess so. But Kyrie is super cute. I love her a lot. She was actually made during the winter, so she's actually got a little scarf. So my friend not only made her, but also knitted a little scarf for her because I really liked Kyrie from Kingdom Hearts. So they were like, yeah, I'm gonna make you a dragon. So I've had this dragon ever since. And then this dragon that I made. This poor thing. So. Then over here we have Blaharj. I know that's not how it's pronounced. I'm not very good at Swedish. So as thus, this shark's name is Blaharj, just as a joke. As you can see over here, Blaharj actually sleeps with me every single night because Blaharj is a trans icon and I love them. So yeah, that's Blaharj. You can see my bed over here. You can also see I'm probably like 7 years old and I have a How to Train Your Dragon blanket. Yes, those are dragon wings. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. So then we have my Mochi Shark. I love this thing so much. As you can see, I have this one here. This one actually lives here on the TV stand, so you can see some of the wiring stuff over here again. Unfortunately, the cat likes to come over here and try and chew the router. So this shark has been tasked with being the anti-cat. shark. So there you go. Also over here, you can kind of see the quilt specifically made for the cat. That's because what's better than 1? 2! I have 2 of these. So this one actually lives over by where the cat is. So this prevents the cat from trying to chew this little string over here. You can kind of see it very gracefully here in the background. So yeah. The sharks are meant there just to deter the cat from doing things. But super cute, super mochi, like squishy, soft, just like the other alpaca one. And they are from Hoko. So yeah, I'll put their stuff in the little description down below. And then we have some of my bat collection, because I make a lot of bats. I love the bats. I like them a lot. I think they're super cute. And one of the first ones that I ever made was this little guy over here. He's a banana bat. So ever since then, I've been like, I'm collecting banana bats. So far in my collection, I actually have one from a friend of mine. So that one over here is actually from my friend Zach over at Sugar Sheepy Studios. They recently rebranded. And he's been doing a pretty good job. And I really love them. I love that they're made out of fleece as opposed to minky, because it kind of holds their stiffness a little bit better, especially when you're putting their wings out. So I love them. I think he does a really good job. And then over here we have Banana. Banana is the one that I made. So we'll see a close-up a little bit later. And then over here we have the banana one, specifically from the summer 2002. No, 2022? Yeah, 2022 collection. For BZ Art, who actually does all of the patterning for these bats. So, highly recommend if you want to make some of these bats to go and purchase their pattern. It's really, really easy, and there is actually an easier version too, if you don't want to go ahead and like try and figure out this one. So, yeah, they hang out over here by this lantern, and it's super cool. And I always get to see them every day because this is actually right above my desk. So yeah, that's some of my banana bat collection. I'll show some close-ups. So here we have all of them. You can actually kind of see it's super cute. So this is the one that I made specifically. This is Banana. This is a Minky that's called Starbright, and I really love the stars on it. And I was like, I should get rid of this bat. And I went, no, this is now my bat. So I've kept Banana ever since. And then over here we have the one specifically from Zach. Like I said, this one actually holds the wings out a lot better, you can see. And also has banana milk tea. Banana boba milk tea. It's so cute. And unlike my banana, actually has a banana motif. So, and then we have the one specifically from Brittany at BZ Art. It has a little banana, little charm right here. It's so cute. And more banana fabric. I love it. So that's my whole point, is I want to try and get more bananas. And I think it'll be really fun at some point to try and get some more and add them to the collection. And maybe have to get rid of that lantern just so I can have tons and tons of bats. Also, continuing with the bat motif over here, my friend Zach, also at Sugar Sheepy Studios. I will put all of his information in the description too. Actually, we did an art trade, and I thought it was super cute. And I went, oh my god, I'm in love with this one. And so we traded. I sent over a really cute little, like, flowery motif one. And he sent over this one, which is like this really cute celestial thing. So it matches like my stream stuff, because that just kind of screams me. And I love all of these little additions and stuff that he added. Like, I love that it's a little shaker and it's got like gold flakes in it. Oh, it's so cute. And it perfectly matches the fabric too. It's just so darn cute, and I love the eyes. I just love the fact that they're not like the black eyes, because as you've seen, like, usually people will do those, but I think like the ones with the different colors are super duper cute. So yeah, I love those ones. You can also kind of see some of my desk stuff over here. I've got a little bit of a messy desk, but you know, what are you gonna do? And then we're starting to get to some of my other favorite stuff. We have my penguin here. This is all on my desk, so he's very well loved. I've actually had him since I was 8. My cousin gave him to me, and he kind of forced my love of penguins because he was just so darn cute. He did used to have a little snowflake over here in the pocket. Unfortunately, he lost that a couple of years ago. I want to say that was probably in like 2005 or so. I specifically remember losing it and being like, I'm gonna put that back, and then I just didn't. So, with all of the amount of moving that I've done, I have no idea where it went. He does have some messed up eyes. He actually does get thrown into the washing machine a lot, which is not really recommended for plushies, because what'll happen is their eyes will get all scuffed up. But he's kind of used to it, and it's one of those, like, when your penguin is over like 20 years old, it's probably good to properly wash them. But he's soft and he's snuggly. He wears his coat all the time, and he lives directly on my desk, so he's always here, hanging out, as you saw a little bit earlier. He hangs out underneath the banana bat collection. So yeah. Next we have more of my bats that live on the desk. We have a creamsicle bat. I actually ordered this one from a seller on Etsy. I'm gonna put her stuff in the description too. But she really doesn't sell these anymore, but they're so cute. Oh my goodness, look, we've got like the vanilla ice cream, we have the orange creamsicle, and it's kind of dripping, and then we have the brown for the stick. And this one actually used to live at my office back when I worked at a desk job. And one of the kids that came in actually gave him a scarf, and he has had it ever since. So I've never had the heart to take it off. I thought it was just so cute. So yeah, you'll see this one down here a little bit later. And you'll also see some of the art from one of my kids, too. He drew me a dragon. He was so cute. I'm gonna keep that for forever. So yeah, the next one that we have here is the Thrumbo. So this is actually the one that I was able to get specifically for the campaign, specifically from the studio, specifically for RimWorld. I like him. I think he's cute. Unfortunately, I have a thing with textures. He's very plasticky feeling, this fur. I'm not really a fan of it, so unfortunately I can only pick him up with gloves and things like that. He's still cute. He's very tiny, and I really do like the horn. I think they did a really good job with it. I'm hoping at some point to be able to make one similar. Probably bigger. Much bigger. Like, much, much bigger. So I may try and take this one as inspiration. It won't be, like, for anything that I would sell. It would literally just be for myself. Because I just thought that it would be really funny to have, like, a giant Thrumbo plushie. Just because it's been such a thing with the stream and everything. And I really just enjoy RimWorld in general. Especially with the amount of playtime I have with it. So, yeah, I think at some point maybe I'll make a nice Thrumbo and I'll show it off. But we'll see how that goes. Then we have over here, we have another one of my penguins. This is actually Zero. He's actually a Beanie Baby. I've had him for a number of years. He actually lives here on my sewing machine. This is actually my fancy serger. Unfortunately, that means the cat tries to come over here and stick his paws in here. And I can't cut these threads because of the way that the serger acts. So there's just like a little trail of thread that hangs out here. And the cat goes, ooh, I'm gonna play with that. And he can't play with that. He'll rip everything out. So instead, Zero gets to live here. And it's Christmas all the time for him. He really likes this little hat. And I think he's really cute. And then I actually have a second Zero. So this one I actually saved. This one I actually saw at a thrift store. And I went, oh, I have Zero. And I went, you know what? I need a second Zero. So here he is. He's super duper cute. This one actually has the little bauble at the end. If you noticed on mine, he actually doesn't anymore. We also have Leonie over here. This one was also by my friend Zach at Sugar Sheepy Studios. This was actually Leonie from, like, you know, Fire Emblem. And it's super cute and has, like, the orange hair. And if I would have unfurled her, you would have seen was actually wearing, like, the outfit and everything, and actually has, like, the little sweater and everything that she wears, which is super cute. We also have a little chickadee over here. Super duper adorable, actually has a voice box in there and will actually make the little chickadee call, which is really sweet. So this one actually hangs out on top of one of my work things over here. So yeah. Next we have my bear. This is actually a well-traveled bear and is super tiny. This is actually the TV, and this is actually like a normal, like, picture frame thing. And this bear fits there perfectly. It's super cute. This was actually from one of my roommates. This one has actually traveled all over the world. And she went, hey, I think this bear would be perfect for you because I had a huge collection of stuffed animals, and went, I think I want you to have this bear. So this bear has been to Korea, this bear has been to China, this bear has been to the US, obviously. This bear was also in Germany at one point. So she's traveled everywhere with her mom. Her mom does actually quite a bit of work overseas. So this bear has just been all over the world and now lives with me. Actually used to be a little like window hanger thing too. But I thought that would be more fun to have the bear just hang out and, you know, sit around. So there we go. Okay, and then we have this one. So we have more bears. This one, however, is a special bear. This owl is as well too. So this bear actually used to have a hat, and way back when you used to get bears specifically for children with their year of birth on it. So it would have like right here, like whatever the year was. Mine has lost his, but I've had him ever since I was born. So this was my very first Christmas bear. He used to have a little bow tie right here too. Unfortunately, it doesn't exist anymore. I don't think he's had it for a very long time. But maybe at some point I'll try and recreate it. It'll look kind of like this. He actually was used in a cosplay once, a very, very long time ago. I had actually done a cosplay from Italia, and I needed a bear because I was being Canada. So that's how this guy, little guy, went into a little bit of a fame situation. So he was kind of cool. And we have an owl over here. A long time ago, my grandpa was a really big owl fanatic. When we were cleaning out his house, unfortunately after he passed, one of the things that we saw was this cute little owl, and I said that was the only thing that I wanted, and he's a little graduation owl, so he has a little cap here and some glasses. He's very, very wise. He's a very super cute owl. So I love both of these a lot. These ones actually hang out in my bedroom. So they hang out in the TV stand that's in my bedroom, and that's where they always are. Then over here we have some of my Pokemon collection. You can kind of see this is part of my desk. We had seen this a little bit earlier. Over here we have a super cute polka doll. This one is actually a little Ivysaur. This is actually by my friend over at Thimble's Thread. I'll put their information under, but they've made a whole bunch of different polka dolls. They've actually started doing like the full 150. I'm not sure what number they're up to, but I was able to get one of them. Super cute, absolutely adorable, and I love them. And then over here, we actually have one of the official Banpresto Pokemon over here. This is actually a Chikorita, because Chikorita is one of my favorite Pokemon ever. But I also love Giratina, and I wanted the Giratina one, so I thought it would be funny, and ever since then, all of my Giratinas have been named Chikorita, and all of my Chikoritas have been named Giratina. So this particular Chikorita is named Giratina. So yeah. Then we have more continuing Pokemon. This one is actually officially a Build-A-Bear one. This one is actually the Mew that they came out with a couple of years ago, and it's actually got the little voice box here, so you can hit it and it'll give the official cry, which is super duper cute. Well, continuing on, so over here we have some of my Halloween stuff. I have started slowly putting them out, but it's going to take me a bit, which is why I was saying we're not going to see a lot of the seasonal ones. I have a lot of crows. This one I actually recently just got. He actually came from Target. This is a crow, and he has a hat. He has like a little witch hat. Oh my god, I love him so much. He's so cute. So he hangs out on top of the fridge over here. He keeps the cat from knocking down his treats. He's got these little tassels with the little string, so he can actually put his little feet over the edge. He's super duper cute. So I'm hoping at some point maybe I'll try and get a couple more of them and just have a whole bunch of them that I'll just sit here. Because I think that would be funny if we just have like a whole bunch of crows that just hang out. But, you know, that also means that then I have to get more stuffed animals. And it's kind of been a problem because I've got a lot of stuffed animals, as we've seen. But continuing on, I did want to do some stuff about some of the plushies that I have made. Specifically for Wings and Whimsy. You can actually see here here's a little bit of a sneak peek of some of the ones that I'm working on. And then here's some of the ones I've actually got, you know, currently listed on my Etsy, so they do hang out in this bag specifically, just to make sure the cat can't get to them. But yeah, just because I can't pull out all of the ones that are seasonal, like my Christmas ones or my Halloween ones. I have a couple of them specifically for spring. But So I figured we'll just kind of go through and look at some of the ones that I have done. So let's take a look. Okay, so this first one here is actually the very first plush that I ever made. So this would have been about circa 2004. As evidenced by the Yahoo Instant Messenger back here. Unfortunately, this is the only picture that I have of this little guy anymore, so I did have to kind of blur that out. So just ignore all of that. But hey, ancient technology, right? Here, look, we even have Windows Vista. But anyway, this is the very first plush that I ever made. This was actually for a friend of mine in high school who really wanted a creepy stuffed animal. This was actually about the time that, like, Hot Topic would have been, like, super duper popular. And one of the things that you would have seen a lot of was, like, if you've ever seen the brand Precious Miseries, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was Precious Miseries. I don't think they exist anymore, but they had a lot of, like, weird, creepy, cute things, so I took a lot of inspiration from it. So I made this guy. He's actually made out of some scrap fabric that I had. This is a cute little nose. You can actually see some of the stitching on it. I actually really enjoy this. It's very, like, Coraline-esque, and I specifically got, like, 2 different sized eyes. Specifically made some ears and things. Doesn't really look like a cat, but I think he's adorable all the same, and I really wanted to put him on here. So yeah, there you go. That's my very first plush. Next over here, I really do love the bats. A lot of people like my bats, so I make a lot of the bats. So as we talked about earlier, specifically this is the pattern from BZ Art. They're just really cute. So recently I did like a whole sprinkle collection. I had this one that I did that just has like these really cute roses and things. And then I'll specifically go through and try and do some of them with like the funky eyes. And just hand paint them because I just think that they're super cute. And then we have some more. This one was a hot cocoa one that I did. This one was a specifically like a bubble one. I actually do still have some of this fabric. I actually made quite a few of them in this bubble fabric. They weren't really popular. I ended up giving out a lot of them as gifts to like some of the kids I was working with at the time. Earlier we did see this little guy. He's actually in the color Amethyst. He was also part of the bubble collection. He was so cute, and I kind of accidentally put his head a little bit skewed to one side, so he's had this kind of inquisitive look about him. I thought it was super cute and adorable, and I've kind of adopted that with a lot of the other ones, so I kind of try and do that whenever I can, just because it kind of makes them more endearing. And then we have this one over here. So this one was actually a whole set that I did for actually my business partner. And this one was for their cousins. So we went through and we actually made a whole bunch of them. So we have a couple of the mini ones. We have different colors that were specifically for each kiddo. So I just loved making all of these. And they all match, which I thought was really cute. So they're all like connected in some way. And then over here we have a couple more. I used to take a whole bunch of them to work, specifically to give to the kids, and they always thought it was funny to put them in the chair because they were just so tiny in comparison. So they're like little precious things. This one recently was given to one of the little kids that went with us on the most recent trip that we had taken to the ocean. And he really likes red, and he really likes Halloween, so I said I would make him a bat, and he really enjoyed him. Next we have actually the very first bat that I ever made. So this one went to a friend of mine. This is actually Mipsy. You can actually tell that this one is actually screwed up because the body piece is actually upside down. It's actually not supposed to be upside down like that. The curvature is supposed to be like that. But either which way, she's still cute. She's still super soft and super fuzzy. I actually still have a lot of this fabric because it is super popular. It's like a really cute galaxy print, so I try and stink that whenever I can. This one actually went to one of the kids that I worked with, the one that put the scarf on the creamsicle bat. I actually ended up giving him a bat when he met some of his goals. So he was very, very happy. He specifically wanted blue and green, and everyone said that the colors that he picked out were perfect, which I think is probably one of the cutest things ever. Then over here we have one of the ones that I made for actually my office mate at the time. And super cute. She just wanted blue and purple, and I found these two in combination, and so I put them together. And I had this really pretty floral fabric, and I put that on, and I was able to paint the eyes as well. So everything matches, and I think they're super cute. Over here, we actually have some of my first ones. You'll actually see over here. Here's actually Banana, who's modeling. This one went to a friend of mine over here. Super duper adorable. She said she wanted specifically purple with black highlights, so we went ahead and did that. We also have this one over here. I accidentally made this one. We decided that I was going to use the mango color. I had picked out black. I didn't realize that it was actually kind of Batman colors, but it was actually a really great happy accident because a lot of people actually like this color combo. I think I've sold like 3 or 4 of this color combo. They're just super duper cute. Something about this mango color with the black just always works really well. Over here, I've actually got a couple of these little like bat hanger things, specifically for keychains. This pattern is actually by Teacup Laura, or Lion, depending on where you're looking. I'll put her information as well. But I specifically make these to give out to the kids around Halloween. Especially when I was working with a bunch of the kids, I would try and take a bunch of my scrap fabric and just give them out to them, and they really liked them. Alright, continuing the trend of cool things that I really like, I've actually made quite a few Pokemon. I've actually made now 3 of these Eevees. Here's actually 2 of them. I actually figured out how to do like some thread sculpting down here just so I can specifically give them toe beans. So I made 2 of these. One was actually a donation prize for a local charity group. This one over here was actually for a friend of mine. Her little kid was having a birthday and really wanted this one, so I went ahead and made them one. I actually kind of like making them a little bit different from each other, so as you can see, like this nose is a little bit different from this one, and we'll see that here in the next one here. This was actually the first one that I made. This one actually has much more fur, which I thought was really cute. So yeah, you can actually see just how large these things are in comparison to my water bottle. So these are really large stuffed animals. This one is actually a pattern from Sylvanus Crafts. I'll also put their information. But I'm not sure how long you're going to be able to have access to this pattern because they've been talking about reworking it or making it a little bit different. So highly recommend trying to get their information and trying to buy the pattern as soon as you can. But they're super cute and I love making them and people really enjoy them. But I've also made a couple of Pikachu, as you can see over here. This one was also going to a friend's kid, but this one went over to the charity group as well. And I just thought that these ones were going to be super cute and super fun to put in. So yeah, we also have done quite a few presents for people. So you can actually kind of see, so this one I made for a, one of my nieces actually. She really likes How to Train Your Dragon like me, so I made her a little backpack. So you can actually pick this up here, and it's actually got proper straps, and you can actually put everything here into the back of Toothless. So that one is also another pattern that you can get, but that one's specifically from Choli Night, and I'll put her information down below. I have actually done some patterning of myself too. So this one is actually a friend of ours, a friend of the stream, so this is actually Snooze. One of the things that he had always wanted was a plush of his character, so I started working on that. You can see some of the, like, progress pictures and the finished pictures and stuff that we've been posting over on Twitter. So it's just super cute and super fun to do. And then I've also made some other stuff for people. Here we have a little narwhal that I made for one of the girls I was working with. And I was commissioned for one Christmas to make a whole slew of Among Us plushies. I'll put all of the pattern stuff for both of these down below as well. But I've done a lot of gifts specifically for people at work, so each one of these were for some of the different co-workers that I had, just so that they'd be able to use them with some of the kids that they were working with. So I would ask every person what their favorite color was, and then I would just make all of these dragons. And these dragons are a pattern from Dragon's Garden, and they're super cute and super easy to use and super fun to make, especially if you're like sitting in a car ride, sometimes traveling a lot, which I do. So then I'll just take these with me and I'll just work on them in the car. But I ended up making a lot of different colors of them. And then I actually worked with some more patterning and stuff. So this one was actually a pattern specifically for a bird one. This one was a super cute one that you could get from Choli Night. I actually did some edits, I changed up a lot of it, and I actually patterned out the hair, and this is actually for our friend Vaughn. So our friend Vaughn is actually a mail carrier pigeon, So I went through and I made everything exactly to look like Juan. And I gave it to him for Christmas and he was very excited. So continuing with some of the gifts, this was also for a friend of mine. This is actually a cute little cockatiel pattern. This one is specifically from our friend Teacup Laura. I went through and I made it specifically to match one of the birds that my friend had actually had at one point. And yeah, I thought it was super duper fun. Also over here, we had a friend of ours who specifically wanted their Dalmatians, so I went ahead and put them in. I actually had this pattern from Runo Nuno, who I'll put all of their information underneath, but I really love this one because, as you can see, they always just look like they're ready to play, just permanently. Whenever I took pictures of them, they always just looked exactly like this. And it was super fun, and I actually hand drew all of the different spots. So any of these that I was making, I think I made a couple of them, they were all going to be completely different because I just put in all the spots myself. Okay, and then we're getting into some of the dragon section. So this one you can actually see is actually one of the shoulder dragons. This is actually a pattern from also BZ Art. I've actually made quite a few of these. This one specifically, people wanted in some funky colors, so we have like a really cool mint fur. We've also got like a funky scale, and we've got fuchsia with like a bright baby pink, and it was super cute, and I love making these. Here I have a red one, specifically with some really light blue and red watercolor. We tried to make everything out of ivory, and they're really, really long, as you can see. They barely fit into my light box. You can also see these are the first two that I ever made, so this one is also in the banana color, so this one I guess could be Banana the Dragon. Because it's specifically with the Star Bright, and specifically with the banana color that the banana bat is made out of. And then I made a purple one with that popular galaxy color too. One of my favorite things to do is these dragons. You can actually see that this is the original. When I was trying to turn that banana dragon inside out, this is what happened. I thought it was funny. I went ahead and took a picture of it. But I love making these dragons. I think they're a ton of fun. This one is specifically a sitting dragon that you can get from Choli Knight as well. Super duper fun. So this one also has that watercolor belly, but I really love the color of the eyes for this one. I also made for a couple of small children, for a friend of mine, a whole bunch of different colored dragons specifically for them. I love these standing ones. I think that they're super duper fun. I like to do, so we did some orange, we did some blue, we did some hunter green, and we did some yellow for them. These are always fun to do. So yeah, that is my plush collection for the most part. There's a couple of them that are missing just because they're sitting in storage, but there's quite a few of them that I've had that I've like given away to people, or I've sold, or you know, I've just been lost over time or got donated. But I absolutely have a lot of fun just talking about the stuffed animals that I make, and I have a ton of fun just collecting them and just having, you know, little guys sitting around and just hanging out. So I really enjoy making a lot of them. So I hope that this was fun, just trying to get to see some like behind the scenes of Kyuu, of like, what do you do when you're not streaming? I make stuffed animals, or I look at stuffed animals, or you know, I just do other things outside of stream. So yeah, highly recommend any of the pattern makers down below if you're ever interested in making stuffed animals, or even just looking at cute stuffed animals, or giving them out as presents, or getting them for yourself. Highly recommend. Get yourself a stuffed animal. So yeah, that was a ton of fun. Thank you. I appreciate you guys helping to hit this sub goal. A couple of people had requested this, so I appreciate it a lot. So thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.